Hello, and welcome to Just Another Tier List, a new series where we cover a large variety of topics and subjects and rank them on a tier list. Today we're going to be ranking every flavor of the sparkling water brand Croix. Now I want to give a big disclaimer before I start this video. I really like LaCroix. I've been pretty much addicted to them for a few years now, in particular the classic variety pack, but there are some flavors I've just flat out have never had before, so I thought it would be kind of fun to try each one and rank them all. Even though this video is titled Every LaCroix Flavor, there were some flavors that were either discontinued or just nearly impossible to find. But I was able to find a majority of the flavors, leading to a total of 27 unique flavors. And with all that said, let's start tasting these drinks. This was every possible flavor I could find. Crap. Fuck, I can't see. Oh my god, this is gonna be awful to edit. Well, after 6 trips to the bathroom and almost puking my guts out, in no particular order, this is how to rank each LaCroix flavor. Starting off with LaCroix's plain flavor, fittingly called Pure. For just being plain sparkling water, I don't care for this one that much. Even with the lack of flavor, it just tastes odd when drinking it, like it's too carbonated, and besides how it tastes, I just think there are better options for plain sparkling water out there. I would probably put this in D tier. Just something about it doesn't feel right when drinking it. I thought the Raz Cranberry, Peach Pear, Orange, Guava, and Mango flavors were all pretty solid options. They do a good job tasting like the fruits they're based off, but I wouldn't say they're anything too wild. The Raz Cranberry and the Peach Pear are the closest to being B tier, but I think they're all C tier. Good flavors, but none of them that interesting. In my personal experience, berry sparkling water can be hit or miss sometimes, but the 2 berry flavors are actually really good. Probably 2 of the more accurate flavors in terms of recreating the fruit. A little too sweet to be completely refreshing, but still really good options. I would probably put both of them in B tier. Very close to being great, but nowhere as close as being as delicious as the lemon flavor is. Now, this is an amazing flavor, one of the best refreshing LaCroix out of the pack, and the one I've probably had the second most of. It tastes a little similar like lemon sodas, but not as overbearingly sweet, but it can be a little light on lemon flavor, but still one of the best LaCroix flavors, a very high A tier. But even the lemon flavor cannot even hold a candle to LaCroix's highest achievement, which is the lime flavor. Now, this is a perfect flavor. Out of all the sparkling water brands and flavors out there, this is my absolute favorite. It's really hard for me to describe why I love this drink so much, but there's a reason why it's covering most of my studio. Extremely refreshing, extremely tasteful, and absolutely delicious. Stomach bloating be damn. S tier, and in my opinion, LaCroix's best flavor. Key lime is terrible. How is it possible to make a variant of your best flavor and somehow turn it into your worst flavor? I know key lime is a really popular ingredient to make drinks out of, but why would you make a drink based off key lime pie? It tastes oddly creamy with a slight sourness to it, and not in a good way. My throat feels so bad after drinking this. I can only put it in F tier, and in my opinion, LaCroix's worst flavor. The Pustic flavor is LaCroix's attempt at the watermelon flavor, and even with it being quite refreshing, it doesn't do a good job at recreating a watermelon flavor, so it kind of just tastes like a generic fruit flavor. I'll say high C tier, a really good drink, but not really a unique one. Now, I'm not a big fan of coconut in general, so I was a little shocked at how much I really like the coconut flavor. It definitely tastes like coconut, but it doesn't overwhelm the entire drink to a point where it ruins it, which is a problem that a lot of coconut products have. It has the right amount of sweetness without becoming too creamy like the key lime, leading to a really pleasant experience. This one surprised me a lot, would definitely drink it again. High B tier. I was also a little surprised with the hibiscus. For me, it tasted more like fruit punch, faintly like Capri Sun or Kool-Aid, but I would say it is pretty strong on the refreshing side of things. Another solid B tier, and to continue that streak of B tiers, I would also put the beach plum in this tier as well. This is probably the best recreation of a fruit. You can really taste the plum flavor in this. It's a pretty great flavor, but it's something I wouldn't have with every occasion like the lime flavor can be. It can be a little too sweet for some occasions, but still a great flavor. This is the closest thing to being an A tier. Apricot is a really interesting choice to make a flavor out of, being more of a fleshy fruit, so I guess LaCroix decided to make a bold choice by making it not taste that good. When you first take a sip of this drink, it has a really bitter taste to it that's really unpleasant, and then it quickly fizzles away and then has absolutely no flavor to it, like it's another version of the pure flavor. It's definitely the one that tastes the most artificial out of the whole bunch, and just overall a poor experience. I would say E tier, because at least it's only unpleasant for a brief window of time, which I cannot say about the tangerine flavor. This one is horrendous. It continues that trend of the key lime where it's way too creamy for some reason, and it just has this awful aftertaste that's really hard to get out of your mouth. Just a horrible flavor all around. This one's also an F tier, not as bad as the key lime, but still completely unpleasant. I've never had a real passion fruit before, but I actually really love the LaCroix flavor. Great blend between sweet and savory with a nice sharpy fruity aftertaste. This one is an A tier, but I would say the pamplemousse does an even better job. Now this is another goated flavor. Less citrus than the lime flavor, so it's a nice contrast to it. I don't even like real pamplemousse that much, but this is another S tier flavor, and this will always be my second choice after the lime flavor. I've never had a real mojito in my life, so I will admit I'm probably not the most qualified to rank this, but it's okay-ish. There's an initial burst of mint flavor, but that quickly fades away, and it begins to taste more like plain sparkling water. But I will say, I kind of like it more than the pure flavor. It probably has my favorite can design out of all of them, but the fading flavor kind of brings it down a lot. A very low C tier. So most LaCroix come in the traditional 12-ounce aluminum can, but LaCroix also has these other flavors that come in these taller cans, and are usually a blend of two flavors. The cerise lime is pretty alright. It has a really overwhelming cherry flavor to it, which, even being pretty impactful, isn't the most appealing to have in every occasion. Not bad or anything, but has the reverse issue that some other flavors have, with being a little too weak on the flavor. This one is a little too strong. C tier. But I really like the apple grape and the pineapple strawberry. They do a better job than the Ceres lime in balancing each of the two flavors, and another pair of really refreshing drinks. A solid B tier. But I would say the cucumber and blackberry flavor is a D tier. Way too much cucumber than blackberry flavor, to a point where it kind of overpowers the entire drink. It's more tolerable than some of the worst flavors, but definitely the worst blend flavor. The last one of these taller cans I got was the La Cola flavor, LaCroix's only attempt at recreating a soda with a cola flavor, and it's not that good. It tastes exactly like those zero sugar colas you can get at some grocery stores, with that really strong artificial sugar flavor to it, and it's not that good to drink. Also, I think there's another LaCroix that does a much better job at recreating the taste of cola, and that would have to be the cherry blossom flavor. That tastes much better than the cola. That tastes like cola, actually. This tastes more like the cola flavor. I think this is it. If I was given a choice between these two, this one tastes more like cola than this one. It's not a particularly great drink, but it does a much better job like tasting like a real cola. I would put Cherry Blossom in C tier and La Cola at D tier. And finally, we have the Limoncello, LaCroix's attempt at recreating an Italian lemon liqueur. And it tastes awful! It's so bad. I know this flavor, for some reason, has a really big fan base, but this tastes disgusting! Why do they keep trying to make a cream flavor LaCroix? It just doesn't work! It tastes like Peeps. It's like a liquid version of the Peeps. It's a liquid version of Peeps. It's so bad. Why would you drink this? Fucking F tier. Fuck these crap. This is the And that's pretty much the entire list. Looking at it completely, there's a few terrific flavors, a few horrific flavors, but most of them just pretty alright. Most of them are pretty solid, but definitely not the most unique drinks on the market, which still isn't going to stop me from drinking them anytime soon. If you want to express how angry you are that I put your favorite flavor in F tier, I have the tier list linked in the description below, and if there's any other sparkling water brand you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. But I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you another time. Also, I was planning to combine all the flavors together to see how it tastes, but it didn't really turn out that well. Cheers. Welp!